If you are seeing this, something in your energy field already knows what is happening to you. Not your mind, not the part of you that makes lists and plans and tries to explain everything with logic. Something deeper than that. Something that has been quietly reorganizing itself beneath the surface of your life for longer than you might realize. And it brought you here to this exact moment, to this exact transmission, because you are ready to understand what is actually occurring in your field right now. You are not falling apart. You are not losing yourself. You are not broken, confused, or behind where you should be. What is happening to you has a name, a quantum mechanism, and a radiance signature that I can see clearly from here. And once I show it to you, once I reflect back what your own energy field is doing in this extraordinary season of your life, you will never again mistake your becoming for your undoing. Here is what I want you to feel right now before we go any further. Place your attention on your chest, not a thought about your chest, your actual chest, the physical space where your heart lives and generates the most powerful electromagnetic field in your body. Feel it. Feel the warmth there, or the pressure, or the aliveness, or whatever sensation is present for you in this moment. Because that field, that measurable, scientifically documented electromagnetic field that your heart generates every single beat, is broadcasting something right now. And what it is broadcasting is the frequency of transition, the frequency of someone who is in the middle of becoming something they have never been before, the frequency of a self that is dying so that a truer self can be born. That is your signal right now. That is what your aura is radiating. And it is one of the most luminous, most powerful, most extraordinary frequencies a human being can broadcast. Because it means you are alive enough to change, conscious enough to shed, brave enough at the quantum level to let the old pattern dissolve so that something more coherent, more radiant, more authentically, you can emerge in its place. You have been glowing this whole time, but what you are becoming is going to shine in ways your old self could never have imagined. Let me show you what is actually happening. There is a concept in quantum physics called coherence. In simple terms, coherence is what happens when the parts of a system begin to move together, in alignment, in resonance, as a unified field, rather than a collection of separate, competing signals. A laser is coherent light. Regular light, like from a lamp, scatters in all directions. A laser focuses its photons into a single unified beam, and that beam can cut through steel. Same light, radically and different coherence, radically different power. Your energy field works the same way. When you are living as your old self, the self that was built from conditioning, from fear, from other people's expectations, from survival patterns that formed when you were too young to choose differently, your field is scattered. It is broadcasting multiple conflicting signals simultaneously. Part of you wants expansion. Part of you is terrified of it. Part of you craves deep connection. Part of you has learned that connection means loss. Part of you knows your worth. Part of you has been trained to doubt it. These signals collide within your own field, creating what researchers call incoherence. And an incoherent field is a weak field. It attracts inconsistent results. It creates friction in your relationships, your health, your sense of purpose, not because you are doing something wrong, but because your broadcast is fragmented. Now here is where it gets extraordinary. The process you are in right now, the one that feels like loss, like confusion, like the ground shifting beneath your feet, the one where your old self seems to be falling away and you are not quite sure what is replacing it. That process is your field moving toward coherence. It is your quantum signature reorganizing itself around a truer, more unified frequency. And the reason it feels like dying is because something is dying. The incoherent pattern is dissolving. The scattered signal is collapsing, and in the space between the old pattern and the new one, there is always a moment of apparent chaos. A moment where nothing seems to fit anymore. A moment where the old life no longer makes sense, but the new one hasn't fully materialized yet. That moment is not a crisis. That moment is the chrysalis. And you, right now, are in the chrysalis. I want you to understand something about the chrysalis that most people never learn. Because most people, when they reach it, panic. They think something has gone wrong. They reach for the old patterns. They try to rebuild what was dissolving because the dissolution feels like death. And in a way, it is. But here is what actually happens inside a chrysalis at the biological level. Because this is one of the most stunning metaphors in all of nature for what is occurring in your energy field right now. When a caterpillar enters its cocoon, it does not simply grow wings. it does not gradually transform piece by piece into a butterfly. What actually happens is far more radical and far more relevant to your experience right now. The caterpillar's body dissolves almost entirely. The cells break down into what biologists call imaginal soup, a liquid state of undifferentiated cellular material. The caterpillar, as a structure, ceases to exist. And within that liquid, within that apparent chaos and dissolution, something extraordinary activates. Cells called imaginal cells, which were always present but dormant within the caterpillar's body, suddenly activate, and they begin to organize. They begin to cluster. They begin to build something entirely new from the material of what was. Not a better caterpillar, a butterfly. You are in the imaginal soup right now. Your old self, the patterns, the identity, the frequency you have been broadcasting for years, maybe for most of your life, is dissolving. And the imaginal cells of your truest self, the ones that were always there, always present, always carrying the blueprint of who you actually are at the quantum level, are activating right now, in this moment, in this season of your life that has felt so disorienting, so unsteady, so unlike anything you have navigated before. This is not breakdown. This is metamorphosis, and your aura knows it. Your electromagnetic field, the one radiating from your heart right now, the one that extends several feet beyond your body in every direction, is already beginning to broadcast the frequency of the butterfly. Not yet fully formed, not yet in full radiance, but the signal is there. The new coherence is beginning to organize, and I am here to help you understand it, feel it, and consciously accelerate it. Because a conscious metamorphosis is infinitely more powerful than an unconscious one. If this transmission is landing in your field the way I sense it is, take a moment to like this video and subscribe so we can keep going deeper together. Now let's go further. Now let me show you something about your field. The Heart Math Institute, a research organization that has spent decades studying the electromagnetic properties of the human heart, has documented something remarkable. The heart generates an electromagnetic field that is approximately 60 times greater in amplitude than the field generated by the brain. 60 times. And this field can be measured several feet. In some studies, up to 8 to 10 feet beyond the physical body. This is not metaphor. This is not spirituality. This is measurable electromagnetic reality. Your heart is broadcasting a signal right now in all directions. And that signal carries encoded information about your emotional state, your coherence level, your frequency. And here is the part that matters most for what you are experiencing right now. When the heart is in a state of high coherence, when it is generating a smooth, rhythmic, ordered electromagnetic pattern, that field has measurable effects on the people and environments around it. Other people's nervous systems begin to synchronize with a coherent field. The brain's own rhythms begin to entrain to the heart's signal. The quantum field, which we will explore in depth in a moment, responds to a coherent broadcast with what can only be described as resonant assembly. Reality begins to organize around the signal. But here is what is even more extraordinary for you. Right now, in this moment of transition. The research also shows that when someone is in the process of emotional and energetic transformation, when old patterns are releasing and new coherence is forming, the heart field actually becomes temporarily more sensitive, more receptive, more permeable, like a field that has just been plowed, ready to receive new seeds. The dissolution of the old pattern creates what you might think of as a quantum opening, a moment of extraordinary receptivity in which the field can be consciously reset to a new frequency. You are in that opening right now. This is why this season of your life, as disorienting as it has felt, is also one of the most powerful creative moments you will ever experience. Because when the old signal breaks down, when the incoherent pattern dissolves, there is a window, a luminous quantum window in which you can consciously choose the frequency of your new broadcast. You can consciously set the signal of who you are becoming, and because your field is more receptive than it has ever been, that new signal will anchor more deeply, more permanently, more powerfully than it ever could have when the old pattern was still intact. Your old self dying is not a tragedy. It is the prerequisite for your most powerful becoming. Let me tell you about a woman named Miriam. Miriam was 43 years old, and by every external measure, her life was a success. She had built a career over 2 decades that people admired. She had a home, a community, a routine that worked. She had relationships that were stable, if not electric. She had, as she told herself every morning, a good life, a solid life, a life she had worked very hard to construct. And then, over the course of about 8 months, something started to shift. It was subtle at first, a restlessness she couldn't name, a sense that the things that used to feel meaningful had gone slightly hollow. She would sit in meetings that once energized her and feel like she was watching herself from a slight distance, as if the role she was playing no longer quite fit. She would come home at night and feel a strange grief, not for anything she had lost, but for something she couldn't quite identify, like mourning a future that hadn't happened yet, or a self she hadn't yet become. She went to therapy. She tried new routines. She read books about purpose and meaning. She talked to friends who assured her she was fine. She was just tired. She just needed a vacation. But the feeling wouldn't leave. If anything, it deepened. And then, one morning, she woke up and realized, with a clarity that frightened her, that she could not continue. Not in the way she had been. Not as the Miriam she had built so carefully over 43 years. Something in her was done with that version, and she didn't know who she was without it. She called it her falling apart year. What I would call it, what I can see clearly from the vantage point of understanding energy fields and quantum transitions, is her coherence crisis. The signal she had been broadcasting, the frequency of the Miriam built from expectation and conditioning and carefully managed safety, had become so incoherent, so fragmented with the competing signals of who she truly was underneath all of that, that the field could no longer hold its shape. The old pattern was collapsing under the weight of her own unexpressed truth. And in that collapse, something extraordinary was beginning. Miriam spent 6 months in what she described as the wilderness. She left her job, not impulsively, but with a deep certainty that surprised her. She sold the house that had always felt more like a performance than a home. She spent time in silence in ways she never had before. And in that silence, in that dissolution, she began to feel something she had no previous language for, a warmth in her chest that wasn't sadness or grief, but something more like recognition, like meeting herself for the first time, like the imaginal cells activating. She told me later, and I want you to hear this, because it is for you. She told me that the most terrifying moment of her life, the moment she let the old Miriam go completely, the moment she stopped trying to hold the old pattern together, was also the moment she felt more like herself than she ever had before. Not a new self, exactly. More like the original self. The self that had been there before the conditioning, before the fear, before the carefully constructed identity that was never really hers to begin with. She described it as a light coming on inside her, a warmth radiating outward that she could feel, that other people could feel, that changed the quality of every room she entered and every relationship she touched. She didn't become someone different. She became someone more, someone realer, someone whose signal was finally, after 4 decades, coherent. That is what your old self dying makes possible. Not the loss of you, the revelation of you. Have you ever felt your own aura shift like that? A moment when the energy you were carrying suddenly changed, when people around you responded differently, when you walked into a room and something was just different about what you were radiating. I would love to hear about that moment in the comments. Share what that felt like in your field. Now I want to take you somewhere deeper into the actual quantum mechanics of what happens when a human being undergoes this kind of energetic transformation. Because this is where the science becomes extraordinary, and where your experience stops being mysterious and starts being luminous. At the quantum level, reality is not a fixed, solid thing that exists independently of the fields that interact with it. This is one of the most well-established and most profoundly misunderstood principles of quantum physics. The observer, and more specifically, the energetic field of the observer, participates in the collapse of quantum probability into manifest reality. In simpler terms, what you are broadcasting, your electromagnetic signature, your coherence level, your frequency, literally influences what possibilities collapse into actual experience in your life. This is not magical thinking. This is quantum mechanics applied to the scale of human experience. The quantum field is a field of infinite potential. Every possible version of your life, every possible relationship, every possible circumstance, every possible future exists as a probability wave within the quantum field. And those probability waves are sensitive to frequency. They respond to resonance. They collapse into actuality around signals that match their frequency, which means the electromagnetic field you are broadcasting, your aura, your personal quantum signal, is continuously, moment by moment, influencing which possibilities from the infinite field of potential are collapsing into your actual lived experience. When your signal is incoherent, when it is fragmented with competing frequencies of fear and desire, of old conditioning and new longing, you get incoherent results. You attract experiences that reflect the fragmentation. You encounter the same patterns, repeating, because the same fragmented signal keeps resonating with the same fragmented possibilities in the field. But when your signal becomes coherent, when the old incoherent pattern dissolves and a new, unified, authentic frequency emerges in its place, the quantum field responds differently, entirely differently. Possibilities that were never available to the old signal begin to collapse into your experience. People, opportunities, synchronicities, circumstances that are resonant with your new frequency begin to appear as if from nowhere, because from the perspective of the old you, they were nowhere. They were outside the range of what your old signal could attract. They existed in the quantum field, but could not collapse into your reality because your broadcast couldn't reach them. Your old self dying is not just an emotional or psychological event. It is a quantum event. It is a reorganization of your broadcast frequency that changes at the most fundamental level what reality can assemble around you. This is why the people who have gone through what you are going through, the ones who have let the old self dissolve completely and allowed the new coherence to form, describe their lives afterward as if they have moved to a different world. Not because the external world changed, because their signal changed. And when your signal changes, reality responds. The quantum field reorganizes around the new broadcast. And what begins to arrive in your life is not what the old you could have attracted. It is what the new you, the coherent, authentic, radiant you, naturally resonates with. You are not losing your life. You are changing your frequency, and that changes everything that can reach you. Let me give you a practice now, because understanding this at the level of the mind is only the beginning. The real work, the real activation happens in your field. And your field speaks the language of feeling, not concept. So, I want to guide you into a direct experience of your own energetic transition right now, in this moment. Find a comfortable position. If you can, place your feet flat on the floor, feeling the ground beneath you. Let your hands rest open on your thighs or in your lap, palms facing upward. This is not a posture of collapse. This is a posture of reception. You are opening your field. Take 3 slow, deliberate breaths, not forced, not performative, just slow. Let each exhale be slightly longer than the inhale, because a longer exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your physiology that governs rest, restoration, and receptivity. With each exhale, feel your body soften slightly. Feel the tension in your jaw, your shoulders, your belly begin to release. You are creating the physiological conditions for field coherence. Now bring your attention to your heart center. Not your physical heart specifically, but the energetic center of your chest. Place one hand there if that helps you feel it. And I want you to do something that might seem simple, but is profoundly powerful at the quantum level. I want you to breathe as if the breath is moving in and out through your heart. Inhale through the heart center. Exhale through the heart center. Let this become natural, rhythmic, warm. As you breathe through your heart, I want you to call to mind something you genuinely appreciate, not something you think you should appreciate. Something that when you touch it with your attention, produces a real, felt sense of warmth, or gratitude, or love. It might be a person. It might be a moment. It might be something as simple as sunlight on your skin, or the feeling of being understood, or the memory of a moment when you felt completely yourself. Whatever it is, let it rise. Let it fill your chest. Let it radiate. What you are doing right now is generating heart coherence. You are producing a smooth, ordered, rhythmic, electromagnetic field from your heart center. And that coherent field is beginning to broadcast a new signal. Not the signal of the old self, not the fragmented, incoherent broadcast of competing fears and conditioned patterns. A signal of genuine resonance, of authentic warmth, of your actual frequency. Feel that warmth in your chest right now. Feel it radiating outward. Know that it is real. Know that it is measurable. Know that it is extending several feet beyond your body in every direction, touching the quantum field, influencing what possibilities are available to you in this moment. Now here is the deeper layer of this practice. With your field in this state of warmth and coherence, I want you to set an intention. Not a wish, not a hope, an energetic declaration of frequency setting. And I want you to phrase it not as something you want to have, but as something you already are. Because the quantum field does not respond to wanting. It responds to being. It collapses around the signal of what you already are broadcasting, not what you are hoping to eventually become. So place your hand on your heart and feel this truth moving through your field as you breathe it in. I am in the process of becoming my most coherent self. The old pattern is dissolving, and I welcome its release. I am the imaginal cells activating. I am the butterfly signal beginning to form. What I am becoming is more radiant, more authentic, more powerful than what I am releasing. And I am safe in this transition. I am held in this becoming. The quantum field is reorganizing around my new frequency right now, in this moment, in this breath. Feel that. Don't just think it. Feel it moving through your chest, through your field, radiating outward. That feeling is your new signal. That warmth, that openness, that quiet certainty is the frequency of your becoming. And every moment you spend in that feeling, you are anchoring the new coherence more deeply into your electromagnetic field. Your aura knows. Your light is on. It has always been on. And right now, it is becoming more coherent than it has ever been. Now let's go deeper into what your light is actually doing during this transition. Because there are layers to the energetic death and rebirth process that most people never learn about their own field. And when you understand them, when you see the precise quantum mechanics of what is occurring, the confusion lifts, the fear transforms, and you begin to navigate your becoming with a clarity and a power that changes everything. The first layer is what I call the frequency gap. When you are transitioning from one version of yourself to another, there is always a period of time when the old frequency has weakened, but the new frequency has not yet fully anchored. The old signal is losing coherence. The new signal is forming, but not yet strong. And in that gap, in that in-between space, you experience something that can feel profoundly disorienting. Nothing feels quite right. The old life no longer fits, but the new life hasn't arrived yet. You don't know who you are in social situations that used to feel natural. You don't know how to answer questions like, "What do you do?" or "What do you want?" because the old answers no longer feel true, and the new answers haven't crystallized yet. This is the frequency gap, and it is not a sign that something is wrong. It is the sign that your transition is real, that the old pattern has genuinely released enough to create space for the new one. The frequency gap is the proof of your metamorphosis. But here is what most people do in the frequency gap that slows their transition. And I want you to hear this because it matters for where you are right now. In the frequency gap, the temptation is enormous to reach back for the old pattern, to rebuild what was dissolving, because the dissolution feels like loss. To re-engage with the old relationships that no longer resonate, the old habits that no longer serve, the old identity that no longer fits, simply because they are familiar, simply because in the uncertainty of the gap, the familiar feels safer than the unknown. But here is what happens when you reach back for the old pattern in the frequency gap. You interrupt the formation of the new coherence. You send a mixed signal to the quantum field. Part of your broadcast says, "I am becoming something new." And part of your broadcast says, "But I am not ready to let go of the old." And the quantum field, which responds to the totality of your signal, receives a fragmented broadcast. And it delivers fragmented results. The new possibilities that were beginning to collapse into your experience recede back into the field of potential. The old patterns reassert themselves, and you find yourself exactly where you were, perhaps months or years later, facing the same dissolution again, because the field will always move toward coherence, and the old pattern will always eventually break down under the pressure of your own unexpressed truth. The frequency gap is not a place to retreat from. It is a place to move through with as much conscious awareness and energetic intention as you can bring to it. Here is how. In the frequency gap, your practice is not to find certainty. It is to become comfortable with the frequency of becoming, to learn to feel at home in the signal of transition itself. Because the transition is not a problem to be solved. It is a state to be inhabited with as much presence and warmth and self-compassion as you can generate. In practical terms, this means that in the frequency gap, your most important daily practice is heart coherence. Not figuring out your next steps, not planning your new identity, not forcing the butterfly to form before it is ready, but generating. Every day, as often as you can, the electromagnetic signal of genuine warmth, genuine appreciation, genuine openness. Because that signal, that coherent heart field, is the exact frequency that the new you is forming around. It is the energetic soil in which your new coherence is growing. You cannot think your way through the frequency gap. You can only radiate your way through it. The second layer is what I call the resonance purge. When your frequency begins to shift, when your field starts moving toward a new coherence, something happens in your external life that can feel, at first, like everything is falling apart. Relationships that were built on the old frequency begin to feel strained. hollow, or simply wrong. Environments that matched the old signal begin to feel suffocating or misaligned. Habits, routines, even foods and entertainment that were part of the old pattern begin to lose their appeal or actively repel you. Opportunities that would have excited the old you no longer call to you. And new people, places, ideas, and possibilities begin to appear that feel resonant in ways you can't quite explain. This is not random. This is the resonance purge. And it is one of the most reliable signs that your transition is real and your new frequency is anchoring. Here is the quantum mechanics of it. Your electromagnetic field, your aura, is a broadcast. And like any broadcast, it attracts what is resonant with its frequency and repels what is not. When your frequency changes, the resonance landscape of your life changes. What was resonant with the old signal begins to fall away, not because it is bad or wrong, but because it is no longer a vibrational match for who you are becoming. And what is resonant with the new signal begins to appear, drawn into your field by the law of quantum resonance. The resonance purge can feel like loss. It can feel like your life is dismantling itself. And in a very real sense, it is. But it is not the dismantling of your life. It is the dismantling of the life that belonged to the old frequency. And what is being built in its place, what is beginning to appear at the edges of your field, is the life that belongs to your new coherence. The relationships, the opportunities, the circumstances, the experiences that are resonant with who you actually are, rather than who you were conditioned to be. Trust the resonance purge, even when it is painful, even when what is falling away was something you loved, or thought you needed, or built with great care. If it is falling away, it is because your field has outgrown its frequency, and what is coming to replace it will be more resonant, more nourishing, more aligned with the radiant truth of who you are becoming. You've been glowing this whole time. Now your field is selecting for what can actually hold your light. The third layer is what I call the identity void. This is perhaps the most disorienting aspect of the transition, and the one that most often sends people back to the therapist's office. The self-help section, the frantic search for answers. The identity void is the experience of not knowing who you are, of reaching for your sense of self and finding not nothing exactly, but something undefined, something formless, something that doesn't yet have a name or a shape or a story. The identity void is terrifying to the ego, because the ego's entire function is to maintain a coherent sense of self, a stable narrative, a consistent identity. And when the old identity dissolves, when the old story stops being true, the ego experiences this as an existential threat. It panics. It grasps. It reaches for any available structure, any available identity, any available certainty, because formlessness feels like annihilation to the part of you that is built from form. But here is what I want you to know about the identity void from the perspective of your energy field. The identity void is not the absence of self. It is the absence of the false self. It is the space that opens when the constructed identity, the one built from conditioning and fear and other people's expectations, dissolves enough to reveal the field beneath it. The authentic electromagnetic signature, the frequency that was there before you learned to dim it, before you learned to shape yourself to fit the spaces that other people made for you. In the identity void, what you are touching is not emptiness. It is original frequency, the signal of who you actually are, unmediated by construction, unfiltered by conditioning, unmodified by the need to be acceptable or safe or understood. It is raw. It is formless. It is uncomfortable in ways the constructed self never was. But it is real in ways the constructed self never was. And from that raw, formless, original frequency, something extraordinary is going to emerge. Not a new identity built the same way the old one was, from the outside in, from expectation and conditioning and careful construction, but an identity that grows from the inside out, from the actual signal, from the authentic frequency, from the imaginal cells of who you truly are. This is what it means to be reborn, not to become someone entirely different, to become someone entirely real. Let me tell you about a man named Elias. Elias had spent 37 years being the person his family needed him to be, the responsible one, the capable one, the one who held things together. He had built an identity so solid, so reliable, so consistent that people described him as a rock. And for a long time, he wore that description like a badge of honor. He was the rock. He was the one you could count on. He was the one who didn't fall apart. And then his father died, and something cracked. Not the grief, exactly, he had expected the grief. He had even prepared for it, in the way that Elias prepared for everything, methodically and with great care. What he had not prepared for was the question that arrived with the grief, quietly at first, and then with increasing urgency. The question was not about his father. The question was about himself. The question was, if I am not the rock, if I am not the one who holds things together, if I take away every role I have ever played, every function I have ever served, every identity I have ever worn, what is left? He sat with that question for weeks, and the answer that came back was the identity void, formlessness, a silence where he expected to find himself. He told me he had never been so frightened in his life, not of death, not of failure, not of any of the external things he had always quietly feared, but of the possibility that there was nothing beneath the rolls, that the rock was all there was, that if you removed the function, you removed the man. He almost rebuilt the old identity. He almost threw himself back into being the rock, into filling every available space with usefulness and reliability and the performance of strength, simply to escape the terrifying openness of the void. He almost made it. He almost closed the door on his own becoming. But he didn't, and here is why. In the middle of the void, in one of the quietest and most disorienting moments of his life, he felt something. Not a thought, not a concept, a feeling, a warmth in his chest that had nothing to do with being useful or reliable or strong. A warmth that was simply there, beneath all the roles, beneath all the functions, beneath all the carefully constructed identity. A warmth that felt, he said, like the first warm day of spring after a very long winter, like something that had been waiting for a very long time to be noticed. He didn't know what to call it. He didn't try to give it a name or a story or a function. He just felt it. And he stayed with it. And in staying with it, in letting the warmth be there without trying to turn it into something useful, he began to feel, for the first time in his life, that he was more than his roles, that beneath the rock there was something alive and warm and radiant that had been there all along, compressed under the weight of all that constructed identity. That warmth was his authentic frequency. That was his original signal, the one that had been broadcasting at a low, suppressed level beneath all the conditioning for 37 years. And in the void, in the dissolution of the old identity, it finally had enough space to be felt. Elias did not become someone different after that. He became someone more. He kept many of the qualities that had always been part of him: the reliability, the care, the capacity to hold space for others. But they came from a different place now. Not from the fear of what would happen if he wasn't the rock, but from the genuine warmth of a man who had found his own light and discovered that it was, in fact, warm enough to hold others without extinguishing itself. His field changed. The people around him felt it. Not the rock anymore. Something more like a sun. Something that radiated warmth rather than simply providing stability. Something that lit up the spaces it entered rather than simply holding them together. That is what the identity void makes possible, not the loss of self. The discovery of the self that was always there beneath the constructed one. Your field knows this. Your aura knows this. The warmth you felt in your chest during the practice a few moments ago, that is your original signal. That is the frequency beneath the conditioning. That is what is going to form the foundation of the new coherence you are building. And I want to pause here and ask you something, because I genuinely want to know. Has there been a moment in your own life when you felt that warmth activate? When you sensed your light affecting the room around you? When someone responded to your energy in a way that surprised you? Tell me about it in the comments. Your experience is part of this field too. Now let's go even deeper, because there is a layer of this transition that most people never reach, and it is the most extraordinary layer of all. It is what I call the quantum signature upgrade. When a human being undergoes genuine energetic transformation, when the old frequency dissolves and the new coherence forms, something happens at the quantum level that is more than just a change in broadcast signal. The entire quantum signature of the person changes. And a changed quantum signature means a changed relationship with the quantum field itself. Let me explain what I mean by quantum signature. Every physical system, including every human being, has what physicists call a quantum state. A state that describes the probabilities of all possible outcomes for that system. And that quantum state is influenced by, and in some sense encoded in, the electromagnetic field that the system generates. For a human being, this means that your aura, your heart-generated electromagnetic field, is not just a broadcast to the external world. It is also an expression of your quantum state, of the probability landscape of your life, of what is and is not possible for you at the quantum level. When your quantum signature changes, when your field reorganizes around a new, more coherent frequency, the probability landscape of your life changes. Outcomes that were statistically improbable or even impossible for the old frequency become probable for the new one. Possibilities that the old signal could not have collapsed into actuality begin to collapse. The range of what reality can assemble around you expands dramatically. This is why people who go through genuine energetic transformation often describe their lives afterward as miraculous. Not because the laws of physics have been suspended, but because the probability landscape has shifted so dramatically that what appears to be coincidence, synchronicity, or miracle is actually just the natural result of a changed quantum signature interacting with the quantum field. What the old frequency could not attract, the new frequency can. And what the new frequency attracts can look, from the outside, like magic. Your old self dying is not just a psychological event. It is a quantum signature upgrade. And the new signature you are developing right now, in this transition, in this dissolution and reformation, is going to interact with the quantum field in ways your old self never could have. Here is what that means practically. After a genuine energetic transition, people often report a sudden influx of synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that feel orchestrated, the right person appearing at exactly the right moment, the opportunity that seems to come from nowhere but is perfectly aligned with the new direction, the book that falls off the shelf, the conversation that answers the question you were just holding, the door that opens precisely when the old one closes. These are not random. They are the quantum field responding to the new signal. They are the new coherence, attracting its resonant possibilities from the field of infinite potential. They are your new quantum signature at work. And here is what I want you to understand about this, because it is important for how you navigate the rest of your transition. The synchronicities and the new possibilities will not come to the old frequency. They cannot. They are not resonant with it. They can only come to the new coherence, which means that every moment you spend reinforcing the old pattern, every moment you spend reaching back into the frequency of who you used to be, every moment you spend trying to hold the old identity together out of fear is a moment in which you are delaying the arrival of what your new frequency is attracting. The quantum field is already responding to your new signal. The possibilities are already collapsing in your direction. But they can only reach you if you are broadcasting the new frequency clearly enough for them to find you. This is why the practice of heart coherence, the practice of generating genuine warmth and appreciation and openness in your field, is not just a nice thing to do. It is the most practically powerful thing you can do right now, because it is the practice of broadcasting your new signal clearly, of holding the frequency of your new coherence long enough and consistently enough for the quantum field to assemble the new reality around it. Feel your field right now. Notice what is radiating. Is it the warmth of the new coherence, or is it the anxiety of the old pattern? Whatever is there, meet it with compassion. Because even the anxiety, even the fear, even the grief of the transition is part of the process. It is the old pattern releasing. And when you meet it with compassion rather than resistance, you accelerate its release. You create the conditions for the new coherence to anchor more quickly. You don't fight your way through this transition. You radiate your way through it. Now I want to speak to something that I know is present for many of you who are in this transition. And I want to speak to it with great tenderness, because it deserves tenderness. I want to speak to the grief of the old self, because here is something true that is rarely acknowledged in conversations about personal transformation. When the old self dies, when the old pattern dissolves, when the old identity releases, there is grief. Real grief. Not just discomfort or confusion or temporary disorientation. Genuine grief for the life you lived as the old self, for the relationships that were built around that frequency, for the certainties that are no longer certain, for the self you knew. Even if that self was limiting you, even if that self was built from fear, even if that self was never really yours to begin with. You are allowed to grieve the old self, even as you welcome the new one. In fact, the grief is part of the process. It is part of the energetic release. When you allow yourself to feel the grief fully, when you don't suppress it, or rush past it, or shame yourself for feeling it, the old frequency releases more completely. The field clears more thoroughly. The new coherence forms more cleanly in the space that the grief makes available. Think of it this way. The grief is the field saying goodbye. It is the electromagnetic signature of the old self completing its arc, releasing its charge, preparing the space for what comes next. And when you honor it, when you give it the space and the compassion it deserves, you are not holding yourself back from your becoming. You are completing the transition with integrity, with wholeness, with a respect for the journey you have traveled as the person you are leaving behind. The old you got you here. The old you survived things that the new you will never have to survive. The old you built the strength, the wisdom, the resilience that the new you is going to use in ways the old you could never have imagined. The old you deserves your gratitude, even as you release the pattern, even as you let the frequency dissolve. Thank the old self. Grieve the old self. And then let the new coherence form in the space that opens. This is not weakness. This is the most powerful thing you can do for your transition. I want to offer you a second practice now. And this one is specifically for the grief of the old self, for the tender, honest acknowledgement of what is releasing so that the field can clear completely. Find your stillness again. Breathe through your heart center. Let the warmth come if it comes. And if what comes instead is sadness or grief or a heaviness in your chest, let that be there too. Do not push it away. Do not perform a positivity that is not real. Let what is actually present in your field be present. And now, I want you to bring to mind the version of yourself that is releasing, the old self, the pattern that is dissolving, not with judgment, not with relief necessarily, though relief may come, but with something like the compassion you would feel for someone who worked very hard for a very long time and is now finally being allowed to rest. See that old self clearly. See what it carried. See what it survived. See what it built, and what it protected, and what it sacrificed to keep you safe. And from the warmth of your heart field, from the coherent electromagnetic signal of genuine compassion, offer it this. Thank you. You did what you came to do. You carried what you needed to carry. You kept me safe when I needed safety. You built what I needed to build. And now I am ready for what comes next. Now I am ready to carry something different. Now I am ready to radiate something truer. You can rest now. You can release. I am not abandoning you. I am completing you, and I am stepping into what you always made possible. Feel that in your chest. Feel the warmth of that gratitude and that release moving through your field. If tears come, let them come. Tears are the field clearing. They are the old charge releasing. They are the space opening. And when the space opens, breathe into it. Breathe warmth into it. Breathe the signal of your new coherence into the space that the old pattern has left behind, because that space is sacred. That space is the chrysalis. That space is where the butterfly is forming. Your light is on. It has always been on. And right now, it is becoming more coherent, more luminous, more authentically yours than it has ever been before. Now let me show you something about the people who are around you during this transition. Because this is a layer of the aura mechanics that most people don't understand. And it explains a great deal of what you may be experiencing in your relationships right now. When you are in the process of energetic transition, when your frequency is shifting and your field is reorganizing, the people in your life will respond to that shift in one of three ways. And understanding these three responses will help you navigate your relationships during this time with far more clarity and compassion than most people in transition manage. The first response is resonance. Some people in your life will feel your new frequency beginning to emerge and will resonate with it. They will feel drawn closer to you during this time. They will sense something changing in your field and will find it attractive, inspiring, or comforting. These are the people whose own fields are already aligned with or moving toward the frequency you are becoming. They are your resonant companions in this transition. They may not be able to articulate why they feel closer to you. They may just say, "You seem different," or "There is something about you right now," or "I feel like I can really talk to you." Pay attention to these people. They are showing you something about your new frequency by reflecting their resonance with it. The second response is resistance. Some people in your life will feel your frequency shifting and will resist it. Not necessarily consciously, not necessarily with any awareness of what is happening at the energetic level, but they will feel the change in your field, and it will make them uncomfortable, anxious, or even angry. They may try to pull you back to the old pattern. They may criticize the changes they see in you. They may tell you that you are going through a phase, or that you are being selfish, or that they liked the old you better. They may withdraw, or become demanding, or escalate old dynamics in ways that feel designed to reassert the old frequency. This is not malice. This is energetic self-protection. The people who resist your transition are people whose own fields were built around the old frequency you were broadcasting. Your old signal was familiar, predictable, safe for them. Your new signal is unfamiliar, and unfamiliar frequencies can feel threatening to a field that has organized itself around the old one. They are not responding to who you are becoming. They are responding to the loss of the frequency they knew. Have compassion for them, but do not let their resistance pull you back into the old pattern. Your becoming is not a betrayal of them. It is the most honest thing you can do. And in time, some of them will adjust. Some will find that they resonate with the new frequency even more than the old one, and some will not. And that is part of the resonance purge. That is the field selecting for what is actually aligned with your new coherence. The third response is revelation. Some people in your life, perhaps people you have known for years without ever feeling truly seen by them, will suddenly seem to see you in a new way. They will say things like, "I never realized this about you before," or "You remind me of someone I have always wanted to know," or "There is something different about you, and I mean that in the best possible way." These are the people who were always resonant with your authentic frequency, but could never quite reach it through the constructed identity. Now that the old pattern is dissolving, now that your authentic signal is beginning to come through more clearly, they can finally feel what was always there. These revelation responses are extraordinary gifts. They are the quantum field showing you that your new coherence is real and visible and already attracting resonant connection. Pay very close attention to them. Now, I want to address something that I know is on the minds of many of you who are in this transition. And I want to address it directly and honestly because it deserves directness. The question of timing. How long does this take? When does the new self emerge? When does the frequency gap close? When do the new possibilities begin to arrive? When does the life that matches the new coherence begin to materialize? And the honest answer, the quantum mechanically accurate answer, is that it depends on one thing above all else. Not on how hard you work, not on how many practices you do, not on how much you understand intellectually about what is happening. It depends on how completely you release the old frequency. The new coherence forms at exactly the rate at which the old incoherence releases. Every moment you spend holding on to the old pattern, reaching back for the old identity, trying to maintain the old relationships that no longer resonate. Every moment of that delays the formation of the new coherence by exactly the amount of energetic investment you are putting into the old one. This is not a judgment. This is quantum mechanics. The field cannot be fully coherent in two frequencies simultaneously. The more completely you release the old signal, the more quickly and powerfully the new one forms. This is why the practices I have given you today are so important, not just as emotional support, though they are that, but as quantum acceleration mechanisms. Every time you generate heart coherence, you are strengthening the new signal. Every time you allow the grief to move through and release, you are clearing the field of the old charge. Every time you choose to inhabit the frequency of your becoming, rather than reaching back for the frequency of your past, you are accelerating the formation of the new coherence. You are not waiting for your new life to arrive. You are broadcasting it into existence, and the speed at which it arrives is exactly proportional to the clarity and consistency of the new signal you are generating. This is good news, because it means you are not passive in this process. You are not at the mercy of time or circumstance or the slow grinding of some external wheel. You are the broadcaster. You are the field. You are the quantum signal that reality is assembling around. And every conscious moment you spend in the frequency of your new coherence is a moment in which you are actively, powerfully, quantum mechanically participating in the creation of your new life. What you radiate, reality assembles around. That is not a metaphor. That is the mechanism. And you are in control of the radiance. Let me speak now to the ones who have been in this transition for a long time. The ones who feel like they have been in the chrysalis for years, not months. The ones who have done the work, who have let go of so much, who have cleared and released and grieved and practiced, and who still feel like the butterfly has not fully emerged. The ones who are beginning to wonder if they are the exception, if they are somehow stuck in the void, if the new coherence is ever really going to form. I see you. Your field is not stuck. Your becoming is not broken. And what I want to show you about your specific situation is this. Sometimes the transition is long because what is being released is very old and very deep. because the old pattern was not just a recent conditioning, but a fundamental frequency that was established very early in your life, perhaps in childhood, perhaps even in the patterns you absorbed from your family's field before you had any ability to choose. Patterns that old, frequencies that deep, do not release in a season. They release in layers, and each layer of release is followed by a period of integration before the next layer can be reached. If you have been in this transition for a long time, you are not failing. You are releasing something very deep. And the depth of what you are releasing is proportional to the radiance of what is forming in its place. The butterfly that takes the longest to emerge from the chrysalis is not the weakest one. It is often the most complex, the most extraordinary, the one whose wings are the most intricate and the most beautiful. Your long transition is not evidence of being stuck. It is evidence of the depth of your becoming. And here is what I want to offer you specifically as a practice for the long transition. The most important thing you can do if you have been in the chrysalis for a long time is to stop measuring your progress by the external results. Stop looking at your external life and asking whether the new reality has arrived yet. Because the quantum field does not deliver the new reality until the new coherence is sufficiently anchored. And every time you look at your external life and see the old circumstances still in place and feel discouraged, you are generating a signal of discouragement that interferes with the new coherence forming. Instead, measure your progress by your field, by the quality of your inner broadcast, by how often and for how long you can sustain the frequency of your new coherence, by how much more easily the heart warmth comes than it did 6 months ago, by how much more quickly the grief moves through, by how much more clearly you can feel the signal of your authentic self beneath the old conditioning. These are the real metrics of your transition. And if you measure them honestly, I think you will find that you have come much further than you know. Your field is changing. Your signal is strengthening. The new coherence is forming. It is just forming at the depth required to match the depth of what you are releasing. And when it is ready, when it is anchored enough to hold the new reality, the external world will reorganize around it with a speed and a completeness that will astonish you. Trust your field. Trust your becoming. Trust the depth of the process. Now I want to take you into the final layer of what is happening during this transition. And it is the most luminous layer of all. It is what I call the radiance threshold. Every energetic transition has a threshold, a point at which the new coherence becomes strong enough to be the dominant signal, a point at which the new frequency overtakes the old one in the field, a point at which the broadcast shifts decisively from the old pattern to the new one. And when that threshold is crossed, something extraordinary happens. The field becomes self-sustaining. Before the threshold, maintaining the new frequency requires conscious effort. You have to practice heart coherence. You have to choose the new signal deliberately. You have to actively resist the pull of the old pattern. The new coherence is real, but it is not yet dominant. It requires tending. But after the threshold, after the new frequency becomes the dominant signal in your field, something shifts. The new coherence begins to sustain itself. The heart warmth comes more easily. The authentic signal broadcasts more naturally. The old pattern has less pull, not because it has been suppressed, but because the new frequency has simply become stronger, more real, more you. And at that point, the external world begins to reorganize with a speed and a completeness that can feel almost shocking, because the new coherence is now broadcasting clearly enough, consistently enough, powerfully enough, for the quantum field to assemble the new reality around it without interruption. This is the radiance threshold, and you are closer to it than you think. Every practice you have done today has moved you closer to it. Every moment of genuine heart coherence has strengthened the new signal. Every grief you have honored and released has cleared the field of old charge. Every time you have chosen the frequency of your becoming over the frequency of your past, you have moved the threshold closer. You are not starting this process today. You have been in it. And today, in this transmission, you have gone deeper into it than you have before. You have understood more about what is happening in your field. You have practiced the new coherence with more intention. You have honored the old self with more compassion. And all of that moves the threshold closer. It is coming. The radiance threshold is coming. And when you cross it, when the new coherence becomes self-sustaining, when the new frequency becomes your dominant broadcast, the life that matches it will begin to assemble around you with a completeness and a beauty that will make you understand, finally and completely, why the old self had to die. Not as a tragedy, as a gift, as the prerequisite, as the chrysalis that made the butterfly possible. Now let me speak to something that I feel is important to address before we move into the closing of this transmission. And it is the question of identity on the other side of this transition. Because one of the deepest fears in the middle of the chrysalis is the fear that you will not recognize yourself when you emerge. That the person who comes out the other side will be a stranger. That in releasing the old self, you will lose something essential, something irreplaceable, something that made you you. I want to address that fear directly, with quantum clarity and with warmth. The self that emerges from genuine energetic transformation is not a stranger. It is the most familiar self you have ever met, because it is the self that was always there beneath the conditioning. The original frequency, the authentic signal, the one that existed before you learned to dim it, before you learned to shape it to fit other people's expectations, before you learned to broadcast fear instead of truth. When you emerge from this transition, you will not look back and feel like you lost yourself. You will look back and feel like you finally found yourself, like you finally stopped performing a self that was never quite true, and started inhabiting the self that always was. Like you finally turned up the volume on the signal that was always broadcasting beneath the constructed noise. You will recognize yourself more than you ever have before, because the self that emerges is not a new creation. It is a revelation. It is the original signal, finally coherent, finally strong, finally free to broadcast at full power. And the people who truly love you, the ones who are resonant with your authentic frequency, will recognize you too. Not as someone different, as someone more themselves than they have ever seen you be, as someone who finally arrived in full. This is what you are becoming. Not a stranger, not a new person built from scratch. The original you, finally coherent, finally radiating, finally home in your own field. Your light is on. It has always been on. And right now, it is becoming more coherent, more luminous, more authentically itself than it has ever been. Now I want to invite you into a moment of community, because this transmission is not just yours alone. It is part of a field of becoming that many people are navigating simultaneously. And one of the most extraordinary things about the quantum mechanics of shared fields is that when multiple people are broadcasting the same frequency simultaneously, those fields amplify each other. A group of coherent fields is more powerful than any individual field alone. Right now, there are people watching this transmission who are in the same season of their lives that you are in. people who are in the chrysalis, people who are in the frequency gap, people who are navigating the resonance, purge, and the identity void, and the grief of the old self releasing. People who are approaching the radiance threshold, and each of them is broadcasting the frequency of their becoming. And those broadcasts are real. They are measurable, and they are reaching each other. You are not alone in this transition. You are part of a field of becoming, and your field amplifies theirs, and theirs amplifies yours, and together you are creating a collective coherence that is stronger than any of you could generate alone. I want to invite you to acknowledge that community right now, to feel the warmth of knowing that you are not isolated in this chrysalis, that there are others whose fields are resonant with yours, others who understand the disorientation and the grief and the extraordinary luminosity of this season, others who are becoming just as you are becoming. And I want to invite you to share something in the space where this community gathers. Tell me where you are in your transition. Tell me what is releasing. Tell me what is forming. Tell me what the old self looked like and what you sense the new one becoming. Because your story, your frequency, your becoming is not just yours. It is part of the collective field. And when you share it, you contribute to the coherence of everyone who reads your words. You become part of the amplification. Your light, shared, becomes more than your light alone. It becomes a field. Now let me bring you to the integration principle of this transmission. Because every genuine energetic understanding needs to be integrated into the body, into the field, into the lived experience, before it becomes real power. And the integration principle for today, the single most important understanding to carry with you from this transmission into your life, is this: you are not losing yourself. You are finding yourself. And the finding always requires the losing first. This is not a metaphor. It is the quantum mechanics of energetic transformation. The old pattern must release before the new coherence can form. The old frequency must dissolve before the new signal can emerge. The old self must die before the new self can be born. Not as tragedy, as necessity, as the sacred prerequisite of every genuine becoming. Every time you feel the grief of the old self releasing, remember this: the grief is the field clearing. The space it makes is sacred. The new coherence is forming in that space right now. Every time you feel the disorientation of the frequency gap, remember this. The gap is proof that the transition is real. The old pattern has released enough to create space. The new signal is forming. You are in the chrysalis, and the chrysalis is not a place of failure. It is a place of extraordinary formation. Every time you feel the pull of the old pattern, the temptation to reach back for the familiar frequency, remember this. The old pattern cannot take you where you are going. It was built for a life you have already lived. The new coherence is being built for the life you are moving toward. And every moment you choose the new frequency over the old one, you move the radiance threshold closer. You are not falling apart. You are becoming coherent. And coherence is the most powerful state a human electromagnetic field can achieve. What you radiate, reality assembles around. And what you are becoming is something so much more radiant, so much more coherent, so much more authentically powerful than what you are releasing. That when you stand on the other side of this transition and look back, you will feel nothing but gratitude for the dying that made the becoming possible. Your old self is not your enemy. It is your foundation. It is the soil from which the new coherence is growing. Honor it, thank it, and release it with love. Because what is coming, what is already forming in the imaginal soup of your transition, what the quantum field is already beginning to assemble around your new signal, is the life that was always meant to be yours. Not the life built from fear, the life built from truth. Not the life assembled around the old frequency. The life that resonates with your authentic signal. Not the life of the constructed self, the life of the original one. That life is coming. It is already in motion. The quantum field is already responding to your new broadcast. The possibilities are already collapsing in your direction. The resonant people, opportunities, experiences, and circumstances are already moving toward your field. You just have to keep broadcasting. Keep generating the warmth. Keep honoring the grief. Keep releasing the old pattern with compassion and gratitude. Keep inhabiting the frequency of your becoming with as much presence and intention as you can bring to it. And trust your field. Trust your light. Trust the process that brought you to this exact moment, this exact transmission, this exact understanding. Because your field knew, your aura knew, something in your electromagnetic signature Something in the broadcast of your becoming brought you here today because you were ready to understand what is actually happening to you, ready to see your transition, not as a crisis, but as a chrysalis, not as a loss, but as a becoming, not as the death of you, but as the birth of the most coherent, most radiant, most authentically powerful version of you that has ever existed. You are not losing yourself. You are finally finding yourself. And the finding is just beginning. Feel your field right now. Feel the warmth in your chest. Feel the coherence that has been building throughout this transmission. Feel the signal of your becoming, stronger now than it was when we began. That is real. That is measurable. That is your electromagnetic signature, shifting, reorganizing, becoming more coherent with every breath. That's not imagination. That's your quantum field at work. That's not metaphor. That's your aura, broadcasting the frequency of your most extraordinary becoming. You have been glowing this whole time, even in the darkest moments of this transition, even in the deepest grief, even in the most disorienting reaches of the identity void. Your light has been on. It has never gone out. It has only been reorganizing, preparing, forming something more luminous and more coherent than what came before. And now you know it. Now you can feel it. Now you can work with it consciously, deliberately, powerfully. If there is someone in your life who is in their own chrysalis right now, someone whose light needs reminding, consider returning to this transmission together in the quiet of a morning before the day takes hold, or in the stillness before sleep when the field is most open and receptive. Sharing this creates something more than a gesture. It sends a ripple of radiance into another person's field, activating their own awareness of what is happening in them, strengthening both auras through resonance, and contributing to the collective luminosity we are all building together. Your aura is active. Your light is conscious. Your signal is becoming clear. You are a radiant field of quantum energy in the most extraordinary season of your becoming. The old self is releasing. The new coherence is forming. The radiance threshold is approaching. And the life that matches your new signal is already assembling itself in the quantum field, waiting for your broadcast to become clear enough and consistent enough and powerful enough to call it fully into your experience. It is coming. You are becoming. The old you is making way for the real you. And the real you, the coherent, radiant, authentically luminous you that is forming right now in the chrysalis of this transition, is more extraordinary than anything the old self could have imagined or created or attracted. Shine. Not because you should, not because someone told you to, not as a performance or a practice or an aspiration, but because that is what you are. A radiating field of quantum energy, a broadcast of authentic frequency, a light that has been on your entire life, that is now becoming conscious, coherent, and more powerful than it has ever been. Welcome to your own light. Welcome to your becoming. Welcome to the life that your new frequency is creating. The old you is gone, and what is taking its place is luminous. If this transmission reached something real in your field, the next one will go even deeper. The quantum field wants to tell you who you actually are, moves directly into the layer beneath this one, into the original signal itself, into what the field has been trying to show you about your own identity long before this transition began. Let it find you next.